It's week 5 of the National Football League, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Jaguars and the Vikings, and it's all up next.
Duval County, here in Florida. On the banks of the St. Johns River, we look inside Everbank Stadium in Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that feel like they have all the pieces. Just came up short last year. They were so excited to get 2024 going and try to make another run to get into the postseason.
Yeah, and both these teams absolutely fall into that category. And just last year, going into the season, Mike, not only did they have playoff expectations, but in a lot of ways, they had Super Bowl aspirations. They believe that if the things fall their way, they catch a break, they continue to stay healthy, the roster they have put together is a playoff roster, if not a Super Bowl roster.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll look to throw. Taking off, and he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft. It's Trevor Lawrence.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, his team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Tight end on the move left. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Lisa 24. Here we go.
On 1st down, it is Williams. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
All right, let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 6. In motion now, it's Collins. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That's the second time they found him on this drive, and this one's good for 24 yards. On the carry, it's Williams. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This from 45 yards away. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Jaguars are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
Both sides now going back and forth, trading blows. After a nice pickup and a handful of yards, the defense responds with a big sack. Now brings up 3rd and medium, and let's see if they decide to go back on the ground or keep it in the air.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. Jermaine Johnson, the former 1st-round pick, in there to bring him down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down.
Red 23.
Now here's Lawrence. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Jaguar 1st down. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. That is caught at the 3. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be it.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Jaguars are out to a 10-0 lead. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Second down and 8. Back to throw. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's go.
They'll throw out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think there's one of those.
Kevin O'Connell made the decision, and he will throw the red challenge flag.
Play is under review.
So this winds up to be a very smart decision to throw the challenge flag. They remeasure, and this indeed will become a 1st down. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Quick throw here is complete, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He'll go right and find his running back, and he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes Just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Jaguars offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Shot alert. Here we go, son.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Hey, run.
Here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. It's Lawrence. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. 3rd down and 9.
Go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. He connects with Jordan Addison. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Minnesota.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
He's going to let one fly for Addison.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
In motion, Reed. The drive begins with a run by Williams. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
This one complete right side.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He'll get this out wide. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, They nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own, and at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down, and that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! First and 10. They'll begin with a zone read. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Throwing now on first and 10. And the reception for Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Now a handoff running right. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Back with more from Jacksonville after this timeout.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
That's to the tight end, Stover. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Let's go now.
Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Here we go. Set. Alert. Alert. Reload.
He'll look to throw. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Back to the air one more time. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebacker. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal.
Route.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jags offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Ready.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Ready.
They'll go again with Williams. And this will be a Jaguars first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he will score. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Jaguars. McLaughlin now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend this third quarter lead. Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop it. Here's a 2nd and 9. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll stick with him again. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Jaguars offense and receiver Nico Collins set to take over. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that. Beginning with first down. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Red on red.
Here's 2nd and 6. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Up the sideline to the 40. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Okay, break. 11.
It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run, and it's also a first down.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see him, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
On first down, right back to Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Hey, Lion. Red.
On the ground, this is Williams. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
A give, and here comes Williams. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. So, 3 quarters now. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They run over center with Williams. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
Hey, go.
Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams. He will have a Jaguars first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Lisa 24. Here we go.
Now it's Williams. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
It is brought in the end zone. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. To the air now on first and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's second and 10. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here we go. Set.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. They'll look to throw yet again. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. Now it's going to be third down. Now they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. They'll throw out of the gun. That's hauled in at the 2. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. 4th down and goal. To the end zone, it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Just think back to a few plays ago, Mike. This offense is finding themselves entering the red zone. It looked like we're about to see a touchdown, but that's how fast things can change in this game. The defense finds themselves with their back against the wall, coming up with a huge 4th down stop. Not only do they keep points off the board, but it's nicer to do it when you come off with the ball in your hand.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Hey.
In motion, Reed. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
Rip, 23. Silver.
They'll try the right side with Williams.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the 1st down.
Hey, Lion.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Red.
A kneel down here from Lawrence, and that should wrap things up.
Okay, ready.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So it's a win here for the Jaguars. And with an open date on the schedule.